Okay, everybody, we are here with Bob and Shelly Lambert, and they are going to tell us more about themselves so we can get to know them better with the fellowship committee. So, first of all, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time out. I know it's a busy, busy lives you lead, and it's wonderful to be able to come and share more time with you outside of church. So, I really appreciate that. And love all your animals, they're wonderful. Um, so, first question, when did you become a member of our church and what influenced you to join Yankton UCC?
Well, I moved down here about 20 years ago in March. My first day at Sherco was March 18th in 2002. Yeah, so, and we were members of the UC Church up in Watertown. And I knew Nelson Stone. So it was just kind of logical to come here.
Okay.
And I joined him in June of the same year. So
All right, and you've been there ever since and you're very involved. Shelley, what was your first thing you did join what did you join in when you first got to church here?
soon after off and on, I started right away with banquet,
Okay.
and soon after that, I was in the choir and helped out with different activities throughout the church.
Cool. Bob, when did you get involved in everything that you're involved in?
Well, let's see, I'm not sure exactly the chronological order of everything, but I know I was on the mission board, then I was on the board of deacons, and I was the chair of that, so that meant I was on council a couple of times too, so. And then I got involved with the video, the church services, and I've been more or less doing that ever since. And right now I'm just backing up Denny, so.
All right.
Somewhere along the line, I got involved with the choir. Then when the pandemic hit, I kind of dropped out because I had a hard time
Yeah.
with the mask and
Right.
some inhaling. So
Yeah. You guys, you're just phenomenal. I just admire both of you so much. So, if you had advice to give to anyone about church or about life in general, what would it be?
That having faith in your life is the best thing you can do, or one of the best things you can do, and it's good for you and for your family. It's good for everybody involved.
Yeah.
my father, who was a Presbyterian minister, when I was a kid, gave me a little sign, which I had on my desk all through, my desk at home, all through school. Then I had it on my desk at work when I was up in Watertown. And what it said is, don't make mountains out of molehills. The moles will hate you forever.
That's really good. I like that. I really do. So, where were you born, both of you?
Upstate New York.
Wow. How did you get here?
Like I said, I'm a preacher's kid.
Okay, all right.
And he eventually became a Presbyterian executive, which is the same as a conference minister.
Okay.
And he was headquartered in Wilmer, Minnesota. And after my sophomore year of college at Binghamton State University, I transferred to St. Cloud State.
Okay. Wow. What about you, Shelley?
And I was originally from Omaha, Nebraska, which obviously is not too far from here, and it's gotten to be so hard and tough down there. It doesn't make any difference. I've been so many other places, and I think it's absolutely wonderful to be in one spot. And
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah, this is the longest I ever lived in one spot.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. And Yankton's a great town to do that in. I think they have so much going on here for a small town. I mean, really. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
You're right.
So, growing up, where did you go to high school?
I went to a Center City High School in Binghamton, New York. I took the city bus to school.
Wow.
And I started out in Watertown, ended up in Lincoln.
Wow.
In
What did your parents do, Shelly?
my father was in insurance,
Okay.
and my mother stayed home.
Okay. And I know what Bob's did already, because that's what a PK does, right? Move around the country.
Right.
Um,
They're not the only ones though.
no, they're not. No, there's.
My father, every time he got a chance, he always moved.
Yeah, she's been in Pittsburgh and Nashville and
Oh wow.
Oh
Kansas City.
Nice.
That's why she's a Chiefs fan.
yeah.
Right.
Hey, watch it. I think they're wonderful.
Yep. Okay, so during your childhood years, what chores did you have to do?
I usually, mowed grass,
Okay.
shovel the snow, or use the snow blower or something like that, and something about taking garbage out.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I remember that one.
and I did a lot of things around with the kitchen that had to do with the kitchen.
Do you have siblings, Shelley?
I have, well, not anymore.
Okay.
At one time, I had a brother, but I don't know who all mine are because
Yeah.
since I'm adopted.
Okay. Yeah. Me too.
So
So it's hard when people ask you where do you come from when you're
Yeah.
adopted,
true enough.
because you don't know.
That's right.
So. Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, he was my brother,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. I do know exactly. And what about you? Do you have siblings?
I've got one brother.
Okay.
He's over in Milwaukee.
Oh, good place to be, Wisconsin. It's where I grew up. I like it.
Something about the Packers.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Packers, cheese, and beer. Right?
Yep.
Okay, sports. Did either of you do sports when you were in school?
I played some basketball until I messed up my knees.
Okay.
And I never really did any, for the most part.
Yeah. I swam. I was a swimmer in high school. We had a pool. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. So you went to college. Shelley, did you go to college?
Yes, I did. I went I went the entire time, and I got 2 different degrees.
In what?
But the one was with human in services.
Okay. Cool.
And
Where did you go? Around here?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay. Cool.
Up in Watertown.
Yeah.
yes.
And see, I've never been. It's fun to listen to the different parts of the state, having not grown up here. I'm like, well, where is that? And where is that? And I'm starting to learn a little bit more about the area and where things are, because when you don't grow up here, it's really nice to have this introduction to the state and what people did. And yeah, I'm just enjoying this so much.
Sure.
Okay, something surprising about you, Shelley, that most people don't know.
Probably that I really like horses,
Yeah.
and that's probably the biggest thing, I suppose.
Well, you'll have to come over and see mine,
I love them.
because we just got 2 about a month and a half ago, and they are wonderful. They're not at the riding stage yet, but they're going to get there.
Yeah.
But they're at the comfortable to let me pet me stage. So they were out in the fields for probably about 4 years, so they got kind of on their own. And now I'm taking the wild out of them again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she did have a horse.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my brother is really big into horses, and he bred the horse that she ended up getting, and he kept the foal,
Uh-huh.
and he couldn't afford in the Milwaukee area to
Right.
board 2 horses, so he brought her out here for us,
Nice.
and she was like, how old was she?
27.
That's when she died.
Yes.
But she was like, was it how like 12 when we
Yes.
got her?
Yes.
Something like that,
Yes.
so,
What was her name?
Tahoe.
Horse.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
Yes, they are.
I can't believe how quickly I've become attached to them, and they to me, because they let me pet them and hug them and everything now.
Mm-hmm.
This one would walk between Tahoe's legs.
Oh my!
We just couldn't get her to go get her.
You're supposed to do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's got Australian Shepherd
Yes,
in her,
she
but
does.
she's supposed to be able to go get them, but we never could get her to go get her.
What about you, Bob? Something surprising.
Something surprising. Okay, I already mentioned I'm a preacher's kid.
Yep.
Let's see, I'm from upstate New York,
Yep. That's
so let's see, my ancestors on my grandmother's side came over to the New World in 1654.
what?
Yeah, they were part of the Dutch settlement there in the Patterson area. It was
Okay.
New Amsterdam, I guess, at the time. So
So you're of Dutch descent, huh?
yeah, on my father's side.
Okay. What did your grandparents do? Do you remember?
They were gone by the time I was 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I only knew the one grandmother, so
Yeah. Wow. 16 what?
54.
That's incredible. That must have been, do you know how they got here?
They were one of the Dutch Settlers Society. I know my father was a member of that in New York State.
I guess they
so
must have come on boats,
Yeah,
right?
they-
I would
Yeah.
assume so.
Yeah.
I know there were captains in the family tree.
But it would have been before Ellis Island, which most of
Oh,
the
yeah,
people
no,
I've
yeah.
talked to,
Yeah,
they
this was,
came through Ellis Island.
Yeah, this is
Right.
when it was New York was part of the Dutch colonies. The Dutch had up the Hudson River up to Port Orange, which is now Albany.
And see, that's a part in our history lessons that we don't really hear about. We hear about Columbus on up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless, of course, you're from New York.
Right,
go
and then
to-
you hear
Yeah.
all about that.
But
Yeah.
but out here you don't.
No. Mm-mm. That's really neat. Well, you have a right to be here, I guess, huh?
Yeah, there was a colonel that fought in the American Revolution in the family tree also. His last name was Quackenbush.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. All right, what was your first job?
First job, besides doing the snow blowing,
Yes.
I worked at a car wash.
Okay. Shelly, what was your first job?
Being a waitress.
Okay. I did that. The first job that I had was in middle school, and I served hot lunch, and I learned a lot about the kitchen from those ladies, because that was in the time where you wore hairnets and gloves and everything.
Sure.
And then I went and tried to do it at a drugstore, and I was miserable terribly at that. So,
Yeah.
I don't think I ever want to do that again. It made me a little cuckoo. Okay, here comes the fun questions. Where did you guys meet?
Oh, actually, that's kind of nice. We were in Watertown, obviously, and we met in church.
Good.
Yeah, the Presbyterian Church in Watertown was a new church development, and they happened to be meeting at the Masonic Temple in Watertown at the time when we met.
And where did you see her first? What's the deal? Come on, let me know.
In church. That was,
Just noticed each other and
and the thing is, there was 4 of us guys there that were all single. And after the service, she kind of got surrounded.
Because that afternoon or evening or whatever, they had a roller skating party.
Oh. And how old were you two when you met?
I was it 28? I
Yeah,
believe.
and I was just a little
29
bit
somewhere in there.
less than that.
Okay. So you, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we met in February and married in August.
In Watertown.
Same year.
Yep.
We met in February. We
And
were
look
married
at
in
you
August,
now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool. So, did you have a small or a large wedding?
It was small.
Yeah, it wasn't real big, not by any means.
Okay. Did you have somebody attendance? Did you have somebody stand up for you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who'd you have? Anybody that you're still friends with, or?
I lost contact with mine.
Okay.
And the gal that I had, oh yeah, we still see her.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So anything else that you want to share?
Anything that you want, honey?
I see somebody got on camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure did.
Yeah,
I think animals are a big part of your life, huh?
to say the very least.
Yes, that's awesome. Well, thanks you guys for letting us get to know you a little bit better. And when I want my snow shovel done, I know where to come. Because you have good experience at that, because New York gets a lot more snow than we do.
Yeah, the year I left, my folks had come out. They moved to Minnesota in January. They got stuck in Cleveland for 5 days.
I bet.
And I came out when the school year was done. But that year, Binghamton, we had over 100 inches of snow.
What?
But back east,
That's not a lot.
well, it comes and it goes.
Okay.
So we'll get 8 inches. Then 2 weeks later, we might have 2 inches on the ground. Then we get another storm. So
Okay.
it didn't always get cold and stay cold.
I was born in Boston. So, and I spent till kindergarten there, but I remember having fun in that winter, the winters that I was up there. I really enjoyed it. Yes, I did. You guys can't see this, but we've got a wonderful little puppy down here who's just a youngster at 15 years old. And she wants to get on camera too. Bless you, dear. Ooh! Bless you. All right, well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure spending part of the evening with you.